Remember, we said everything in front of your body is active, right? So the first thing you guys want to do, just like when you're at home, and you boot up, like, I don't know if you guys ever had this experience. I go home, after teaching a meetup, I'm brain fried. I boot up my computer and all I see is files. Right? Everywhere on my computer, files. And I have to sort through all these files, right? The first thing you want to do is organize your files. Right? So you guys want to do a real quick process? Just for grins and giggles? You guys having fun?
Yeah.
Close your eye, put your feet flat on the floor. Any coughing or clearing of the throat you hear will only send you deeper into trance. This is a fun one. I call this the holodeck or the control room. It's based on this whole idea. Now, how many of you have ever seen a superhero movie or like Mission Impossible or Star Trek or any kind of movie where the hero is interfacing with some kind of holographic computer? You know, like if you watch an Iron Man or Mission Impossible, they're exploding diagrams and moving this aside, moving that aside to get to the... All I want you to do is utilize that metaphor and realize you're the computer. Okay, so close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Let that breath out with a sigh. Deeper and deeper with every breath you take and every beat of your heart. I'm going to give you two choices that you can allow this process to happen. I'm going to describe the process, and you can just allow your other than conscious mind to move those pictures around for you, or you can physically reach out and do it yourself. Both ways work. They're not mutually exclusive. Any sounds you hear other than the sounds of my voice, simply the sounds of a busy environment, planes going overhead, traffic passing by, trains of thought moving in and out. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in, focus all of your attention on the lids of your eyes, and let that breath out with a sigh. Deeper and deeper with every breath you take and every beat of your heart, ladies and gentlemen. All I want you to do is relax. Let go. Now you can shift and move and change posture, whatever you want. Anything that makes you more comfortable allows you to go deeper and deeper into a wonderful state of relaxation, a wonderful state of focus, absorption, and attention. It's not necessary to trance out completely. It's only necessary to relax, have fun, and play pretend. Pretend you're in the deepest trance humanly possible, and then go deeper. And then pretend that you're no longer pretending. As you focus all of your attention on the lids of your eyes. And you begin to relax those tiny muscles in your eyelids, relaxing them so fully, so completely, making them so completely relaxed that you couldn't actually open them without putting more tension back into them. And when you know you've got them that relaxed, so relaxed they just won't work, give them a little test just to be sure. And then when you know it's done, stop testing. Let that level of relaxation flow from the top of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes. Deeper and deeper with every breath you take, every beat of your heart. All I want you to do is go deeper and deeper still. Now in a moment, not yet, but in just a moment, I'm going to ask you to keep your physical eyelids closed all the way down. But what I am going to ask you to do is I want you to use your imagination. And you've all been using it quite well today. I want you to imagine that you could open and close only your imaginary eyelids, leaving your physical eyes closed all the way down. And each and every time I say open your imaginary eyes all the way up, I want you to imagine those eyes just floating up. Feeling your third eye, that part of you that can see things inside of your body, see things energetic and vibrational, open up wider and wider. Each time you close those imaginary eyes all the way down, just double and triple that sense of relaxation, of connection, of being able to play pretend and interface with another level of your awareness. A level of awareness where anything that you can intend, anything you can act out, anything you can imagine must become true and real for you in all the very best of ways. So open those imaginary eyes all the way up while leaving those physical eyes closed all the way down. And then close those magical eyes all the way down. Open them a second time, all the way up. Close all the way down, deeper and deeper and deeper still. One last time, opening those imaginary eyes all the way up. Closing those imaginary eyes all the way down, deeper and deeper, and deeper still. Don't be surprised as you go through this process to find your body doing interesting things. As the body goes through the different layers of trance, the different layers of absorption and focus, different levels of relaxation, it's very common to people to yawn, to laugh, to chuckle, to twitch, to have interesting feelings and sensations. Many people choke like they're clearing their throat. All parts of a process, all signs of a neurology going through this reorganization. Just allow those things to happen. They're not going to disturb you or distract you. Because as long as you can hear my voice, the effect has already happened. It's based on this idea known as presupposition. And it goes back to the idea that the conscious mind, the part of you that thinks it's in charge, that thinks it knows what to do, is the least informed and the last to know. It's based on the idea that if you've already understood the words, the neurology's already done the process. It's just how it works. So allow yourself to go even deeper, and deeper, and deeper still. So in a moment, not yet, but in just a moment, I'm going to ask you to begin to imagine that alphabet backwards, starting with the letter Z. Now all I'd like you to do with each breath you take and every beat of your heart is allow those letters to be relaxed completely from your mind. Allow them to become smaller and darker and harder to see. Turn that volume all the way down. Now each and every one of you will reach this point at a different rate and speed, and that's okay. Just allow it to take place, or just let them go completely. They can come back later. But for right now, all I want you to do is play pretend and have some fun. Now in a moment, not yet, but in just a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. As I count from 1 to 5, you'll deepen this state. You'll go even deeper, and deeper, and deeper still. No matter how far inside you travel, no matter how deep inside you go, you'll always be able to hear my words, follow my instructions, obey my commands. Not because I say so, but because you realize deep inside your mind, body, and soul that everything I say and everything I do is for you, to help you live the life you want, the way you want, by your standards and your definitions, to give you the master keys to programming your subconscious mind, body, and soul, so you can attract the things into your life that you want and systematically expunge or delete or remove the things you no longer serve you, the things that no longer give you the benefits. 5, going down, drifting, dreaming, floating, deeper and deeper and deeper still. Number 4, down, down, down. Some people would say sleep, sleep, sleep. But we all know you're not going into sleep just yet. You may feel dreamy though. You may feel like part of you is floating. That's okay. However your neurology does it is perfectly fine. 3, going down deeper and deeper and deeper still. 2, 1. You find yourself opening those imaginary eyes and you find yourself in a very different place, an interesting place. A dome-shaped room with pearly gray walls. And in this place, you get the sensation, you get the idea, you experience the understanding that in this place, ladies and gentlemen, you are the ultimate power. You are the ruler of this place, and anything you can imagine, anything you can intend, anything that you can act out with your body must become true and real for you. Now, as you walk into this room, you're going to notice right now the room is quite empty. But you feel this interesting sensation, a buzzing, if you will, in some part of your mind and body. As if something has just turned on. Some kind of filter, some kind of switch. Now in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I reach the number 3, in the space around you, 360 degrees by 360 degrees, will be every file in your neurology. Positive or negative. That's open and running. And you'll instinctively realize that one set of files are marked positive. Another set of files not so positive. And utilizing the structures, the methodologies, the principles that we've learned, I want you to understand that what you're about to experience is your own personal holographic desktop. And that each of those squares floating in the space around you represents an event, scene, situation, circumstance, or event. And the size, shape, location, proximity to your body, all indicate how your nervous system gives you the experience of that event. And what we're going to begin to do now is we're going to begin to reorganize those experiences. We're going to begin to change our neurology, so to speak, and change the files that are open and close the ones that need to be closed. Remember that anything that goes over and behind you is over. Anything that you make bigger and closer becomes louder, more arousing. And any place or location that you can name and describe, the neurology will give you a section where it belongs. So we're going to walk through the first couple as I count from 1 to 3. 1, 2, 3. All of the pictures appear. And what I want you to do is you can notice that the ones that are most important will be the ones that have feelings connected to them strongly in the body. And I want you to find one particular feeling that you want to change. And as you do that, I want you to notice, reach out and touch the picture connected to that feeling. And I want you to just play a little bit, if you will. Move that picture around. Bring it closer, push it away, put a frame around it, make it smaller. Notice what happens to your sensations. Notice what happens to your experience of that event. And then I want you to decide what you want to do with it. If it's something that you want less of, something you want to be gone, just put a big black frame around that sucker. Whiten or blacken the image out. Write any lessons connected to that experience that are worth keeping so you can keep those lessons and let the rest go. Shrink it down to the size of a postage stamp. Move it all the way behind you and hit the recycle bin or nail it back there. Anything that you want more of. Anything that gives you more of the feelings, experiences, orientations towards the life you want, to be the person that you want to be. I want you to make those pictures bigger. I want you to put them in the place that gives you the feelings you want the most instead. And I just want you to reorganize all of that in the moments that we have. Realizing that anytime you want to, anytime you need to, simply by closing your eyes, spreading the relaxation of your eyelids from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, and using that imagination of yours, you can come back here anytime you want and move stuff around. Reorganize your mind, body, and soul. And realize, as cool as this is, it's still just the beginning. It's the tip of a very large iceberg. An iceberg that leads to more of the things you want. The things that make your life more meaningful. That give you the control. The fun, the passion, the power. It's all yours. Every state that human beings experience is manufactured. You're in charge of that process. The question becomes, how are you going to use it? So I want you to take the next few minutes and move things around. Prove it to yourself. That's right. Let a couple of minutes pass in real time, but inside you can take as long as you need in those 2 minutes to completely reorganize your internal environment. Realizing that some things may take multiple repetitions to lock them in completely. Some may just go right away. It's okay. Next time we get together, I'll show you how to play with time. Time is the ultimate filter. Once you understand how your neurology encodes time, A minute can be like a year. A year can be like a minute. Time isn't real. It's just a filter, a behavior, something that you're doing. And you can always change what you're doing. In a moment, not yet, but in just a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. As I count from 1 to 5, find yourself returning to the room, back to the seat, back to the chair, bringing all of these transformations, revelations, and educations with you. Realizing, as good as it is, it's only going to get better. Number 1, feel yourself returning to this place we call reality, bringing with you a brand new reality, ladies and gentlemen. A reality where you've learned something powerful. You're the one who knows how to do this. You can do this. You have done it. You're doing it now. Each night while you sleep and while you dream, your nervous system, your mind, body, and soul will take all of the lessons of today, consciously and unconsciously, and he or she will apply them to every memory, every belief, every experience, conscious and unconscious, where it will do you the most good. So that each morning upon awakening, you'll see the world anew. Seeing the world and experiencing the world through a mind and body that have been optimized, programmed, reprogrammed to give you what you want, the way you want it. I began this meetup with a quote that you can have anything in this life that you want, as long as you're willing to first become the person who can be, do, and have that life. You've just taken a very big step, or series of steps, to becoming that person now and in the future. It's a work in progress. Remember, it's not the end result, but the journey, what we become along the way, and what we do with it, that defines us. Number 2, all of my suggestions from me to you, from you to your very own other than conscious mind, are now 10 times more powerful, 10 times more permanent, locked into that part of your mind, body, and soul that most wants, desires, can implement, facilitate, and express these changes in the quickest, easiest, most effective way for the good of yourself and all concerned. Number 3, always at least 3 ways to overcome any situation, obstacle, or circumstance that you may face. Always at least 3 solutions to any problem you need to solve, and your other than conscious mind will now easily, effortlessly, and automatically generate those solutions in the quickest, easiest, most effective way for the good of yourself and all concerned. Number 4, because it's all for you, ladies and gentlemen. You came out tonight, you sat here, you followed the instructions, you've obeyed the commands, you've done the drills, acquired the skills, you've tested the results. You've earned the rewards and the right to keep them. It's your reality and it's true for you now. On the next count, you can emerge from this state only at the rate and speed that you know you've got it. Only at the rate and speed that every level of your neurology, mind, body, and soul is in complete harmony, complete agreement, complete accord with all the changes, revelations, and educations, and alterations that we've experienced together tonight. Realizing, willing, each night while you sleep and while you dream, your brain, your mind, your body will make new connections, physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically. A process called neuroplasticity will accelerate within you. And you'll see the world as an evolved being with full access and resource to skills and abilities that others would consider supernatural, superhuman. Well, you are becoming a superhuman, and that's okay. Becoming more fully human in the very best sense of the word. Tapping into that amazing power within you to control reality, starting with your own. On the next count, you can allow your eyes to open. Head clear, mind clear, thinking and acting with calm self-assurance, feeling good all over. Glad to be alive, at peace with yourself, the world, and everyone in it. Number 5, take your time, come on back. Notice how good you feel. while you're coming back. If you haven't booked your consult, please do so. If you had a good time, please post wonderful things to the meetup. If you didn't have a good time, post to somebody else's. I want to thank you all for coming out. I hope to see you again very, very soon. Have a great night. Thank you.